Okay, and welcome back to the channel, everyone, with myself, David Millionaire Incorporated. Hope you've all had a good week. As you know, on weekends, I like to go through and review the currency pair pound yen just to see what I did during the week, where we could have taken some potential trades, take profits, and things like that. Now, remember, guys, this is not financial advice. This is just my view of what the markets did, and these videos are just for educational and entertainment purposes only. If you need personal financial advice, do seek out a professional financial advisor who can actually tailor and advise according to your personal needs. So, don't forget, guys, if you're also new to the channel, smash that subscribe button, drop me a like, leave me a comment, say hello. I'd love to hear from you guys. And let's get stuck into this video. So, this week was a little bit of a kind of a flatter, slower week on the pound yen. We didn't really get any major moves up or down like last week. Like last week, you can actually see over here where the market opened and just kind of took off for like 200 pips straight up, and then kind of flatlined and went sideways for the rest of the week. Slight kind of uptrend still, as you can see, on this by this trend line I've drawn here. I've actually got this drawn in here from one of the trades I took this week. I'll get into that in just a moment. So as you can see, the pair of the current pound yen is actually still in a kind of uptrend on this 4-hour time frame, not making any extreme moves higher or lower. It's kind of flat and kind of choppy. So still very, very messy price action. So we opened this week up just here on this candle right here. And you can see it kind of came down a little bit after it opened before moving higher. And you can probably say that it actually worked off this area of exhaustion just over here. I'll just draw it in so you can actually see a bit more clearly. So on that like 140 kind of area. So you can kind of see it kind of opened, came down, tested, kept coming down slow, but couldn't get that momentum down. I was saying at the end of last week, we might have seen some exhaustion to see it move to the downside to test this 153, 152 area again, which it still has to come down to test. But you can see it kind of exhausted and then kind of took off higher. So we'll jump down to the 1 hour time frame, see what it did on that. So you can see here, kind of came down, looked like it was going to move lower, failed to move lower, exhausted, and then went up high. So you could have actually taken a decent trade from that area just there. So let's mark that in. So as always, guys, you know I like to do a 40 pip stop loss and 80 pip take profit. And that would have taken it literally to the highs there. So that was a reasonable trade. Now, that gives you 2-to-1 risk reward. If you want, you don't have to actually have to take it, make it exactly 40 pips stop loss. You can actually have a tighter stop loss and have it like just below or a couple of pips below the low or the nearest low or that candle, or even to kind of this area just here or that low just there, which would have given you roughly 30 odd pips and would have increased that risk reward ratio for you. So you could have done actually a bit better than just 2-to-1. So that would have been like one reasonable trade there at the start of the week. Then, as you can see, it kind of became quite choppy through this area here. Lacked conviction and direction to go higher and continue higher. So it kind of came lower. Well, you can almost say it tested this area. Oh, didn't quite get into that area there. But tried pushing up higher again, exhausted, and then absolutely tanked. So this is actually a trade I took this week. And you can see, as I was saying, on that 1 hour time frame, let's delete that for the moment. You can see on that 1 hour time frame, we had that exhaustion and it just couldn't break lower. So you could have taken it either close of this candle here or this one here, which would have been great trades, or even as it broke below that. So as I was saying, I took it at the close of this 1 hour candle here because it came up, tested this kind of high here, and just couldn't break above. Now, I did this on the 1 hour. You could have dropped down to a 30-minute time frame as well, and that would have given you a reasonable entry. You could have probably taken it off that one just there. So, same thing again. Let's try get our numbers in. So, 40 pip stop loss, 80 pip take profit, and that would have been that trade right there. And don't forget, you could have actually One second. Yeah, you could have taken try and make that stop loss a lot shorter, like above, just above that those highs there. So you could probably have a 20, 25 pip stop loss, and that would have increased your risk reward for that trade. So the rest of the week was a little bit choppy through here. I thought we were going to kind of continue seeing a move to the low, to the downside. So I did take a very, very small position sell just around here, but obviously it kind of kept going higher. So took a loss there, but doesn't really phase me too much. Um, but that was it for the week. So there's only really those two trades there. So for the week ahead, as I was saying, we still are in that kind of uptrend, even on this lower time frame. Overall, momentum is going higher. We do still need to see a downside movement though to correct, kind of test this area back here, or even this 153 area, which is on the weekly time frame, which I outlined in the previous video last week. So 153, yes, around this area here. Um, So we could still see that move down. I would want to see kind of break this trend line first before we kind of do get that move to the downside, but you can see it is exhausting in this area. So let's have a look at on the daily so you can get a bit of a clearer picture. So try moving higher, try moving lower. So we might just get a bit of a sideways consolidation action as well for the week ahead. So I'll delete those two so you can see a bit more clearly. Delete that as well. So like I said, might see some consolidation. When it does this, you kind of want to wait for it to actually give you a clearer signal. So sometimes it's even better just to kind of sit in your hands and wait for it to give you a much clearer signal. This does come with practice, though. I still make mistakes. It's everyone in the industry makes mistakes. Depending on what you're doing and what's going on in your life in the background, you might be busy with work or with other things in your life. Because forex and currency trading does take a lot of mental stamina and mental um, energy. So I'm just going to kind of wait and see what it does this week. We could see, like I said, that move to the downside for the week ahead. So we could see it finally coming lower and actually testing that 153 area, or even coming back down to this 152 area. So it'll be interesting to see. Might see like a bit of a kind of a break, retest, and kind of zigzag down kind of thing, like impulse correct to the down, like on the small time frame down to the downside. So that's what I see for the pair moving forward this week. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys as always. Really do appreciate if you give me likes on the videos. It does help me a lot. And leave me a comment as well. Would love to hear from you to let me know what you think of the pair as well. Other than that, catch you guys next weekend. Cheers.